Hello, everybody. My name is Pamela Coro, and in this opportunity, I am going to talk about two important things that we have in English. They are language teaching and we have language assessment. Firstly, we are going to talk about one by one, and after that, we are going to say how do they inform each other, since both of them are important to each other. For this, I'm going to share my screen so we all will be able to see, okay? Language teaching and language assessment. So what we have here is the first thing. What is language teaching? In a little summary, language teaching is all about teaching a second language. It can be maybe English, it can be French, it can be even Spanish for the non-native speakers. It is related all about the teaching process. So in here, we can involve students, technology, as you can see in the pictures. We have classrooms, we have methods, etc. Okay, a language teaching has many characteristics, and the main ones are that this one is not a simple process. Language teaching involves a lot of tools that a teacher must take in count at the moment of teaching the second language. As I said, we have to notice that we have methods, we have strategies, and also a language teacher must have a scientific approach to teach a language. We have to take in account that also language teaching can be done only by computer assistance. Nowadays, in the virtual lives that we are having due to the pandemic, we have seen, or maybe we have learned many different things, including languages, by computer assistance. So we can find many programs for computers, we can have apps for cell phones, or maybe we can find new softwares that help learners to learn a new language. So this means that language teaching can be done even without a teacher. The next idea we have is what is language assessment. Language assessment is a process in which the teacher in some way evaluates the advance that the learner is having at the end, maybe of a course, at the end of a lesson, or maybe after a period of time. It could be academic year, it could be a semester, or a course. The language assessment can be done by the teacher in many different ways. They are, for example, an oral assessment in which the teacher is making or is going to put this learner to form or make groups and to work with their peers in order to have conversation so the teacher can assess what is the progress of the student. And of course, it is going to help the teacher to change methods at the moment of teaching. It also can help the teacher to improve the planning if the teacher is working at a school. On the other hand, language assessment is a very important tool that teachers in the most of the times use. And of course, we have many different methods for having a language assessment. For example, an assessing can be done through games. As I mentioned before, nowadays we are living in a virtual way in which the gamification is pretty used by the teachers. We have many tools, many virtual tools, such as quizzes, such as Kahoot, and many different platforms in which the assessment can be done. Okay, the idea of the assessment is to measure what is the advance of the student, what is the advance of the learner, and of course to correct maybe some mistakes that can be possibly made by the learner in some future. And we have this. How do they inform each other? We have language teaching and language assessment. we know that they are two different things in a classroom, even though they are going to work together in some future, because one works with the other. How? If I, as a teacher, use my methods, use my strategies in a good way, and I can distribute every single activity or every single task along the class, then the students are going to have a good performance, and I am going to be able to evaluate or to assess what is my students' progress according to the assessment. The assessment can be done in groups, maybe it can be an individual work, but it's going to help me to notice if all the procedure that I have been doing according to the learning process is good, or maybe if I can or if I need to change anything extra into the class. So they inform each other, yes, they do, because one works with the other, one complements the other. It is not possible for a teacher to only teach the class without assessing the students. If I don't assess my students as a teacher, I am not going to have any idea if my students are learning or not. On the other hand, it is not possible for me to assess my students if I haven't if I haven't taught anything before. So they complement each other, they inform each other, and that is how both ideas have to and must work together in the learning process for a student, for the teacher to achieve the goals that were established at the beginning of a course or maybe at the beginning of the academic year. That is all. Thank you so much for the attention. Bye-bye.